This game is nearly a decade old, so naturally there has to be some things that people would miss. So I made a list of 37 secrets you might have missed in Clash Royale, and if you happen to know all of them, I have one thing to tell you. Touch grass. Number 1. First thing we usually do every day is claim the free item in the shop, but scrolling through these offers that keep on going is not fun. Would you please stop? Luckily, if you tap this shop icon, then the game will send you instantly to the next section, which is the market. Over there, then you can just buy your cards and do your thing. Number 2, if you go on the leaderboards on Ultimate Champion, it will show you the top players. But what you might have missed out on is that if you force scroll down, you will find a goofy little fella up there. Hello, how are you doing here, dude? Number 3. Remember the mini P.E.K.K.A season with the Pancake Arena and the Pancake Tower skin? Well, if you like it, you can thank me. Before I was making Clash Royale videos, I asked Rick, whom was the community manager at the time, for a mini P.E.K.K.A season with the Pancake Tower skin, but they went an extra mile and even made an arena and a super troop. The super mini P.E.K.K.A had 120,000 damage per hit and would spawn a pancake after every kill, which would heal your troops. This makes me part of the Clash Royale lore. Now add mini P.E.K.K.A evolution or else. Number 4. Another YouTuber that is a part of the Clash Royale lore is B-Rad. There's a loading screen tip that says Legend Tell of Cooper, the first canine miner. What does this have to do with B-Rad? Canine is just another word for dog. B-Rad has a dog that usually can be seen on his end screen, and the dog's name is Cooper. Besides that, B-Rad is also known for his miner poison skills and how much he loves the miner. He even called his clan Maple Miners. Number 5. Changing the language to some Asian language can show some new things that are not available in the English version of the game. If you go right below code Abdod, here you will see a new statement that wasn't there before. It says something along the lines of please have fun and consume rationally, which means touch grass basically. The second language here has a different statement. Also below the creator code, it says something about refunding being possible if a purchase was made in the name of an underage person. The third one is actually quite useful. When you click on your gem balance, it shows how many gems were free and how many gems were paid, which is something that Japanese gacha games do a lot. And as you can see here, I spent 0 money on gems. Number 6. Have you ever played a touchdown game and lost to a very stupid interaction you thought that was clearly unfair, and all you can think of is how it's his fault? Look at him, blowing a whistle like this piece of unjust garbage he is. Well, you are in luck because you can straight up just murder the guy with a spell. It has a tight window and you might not get it right with some spells. Yes, it's a waste of elixir, but he deserves it all for being biased towards your opponent, since it's never really your fault that you lost. Number 7. So clone is a thing. From afar, the card icon looks like a long white bottle, which if you think about it makes no sense. But if we take a closer look, we can see that there is a small bottle like this app that is getting cloned, which is why there is a second bottle there. Number 8. We all see his face and we all despise him. Little Prince is such an annoying champion that everyone wants removed from the game. But what if I tell you he wasn't supposed to be there? Every champion we got in Clash Royale had their trailer start by getting a letter from the king requesting them to come and aid him in battle. In the monk's trailer, we see a bunch of goblins trying to steal that letter for what I think is for their goblin king, but failing to do so as the monk just clapped them all. In the Little Prince trailer, we see the royal recruit entering the tavern with the message. The Little Prince then ends up stealing it before the requested champion was made aware of it, so that the champion could not protect his letter like the monk did. We then see that he put a random sticker of his face in an attempt to trick the king. I even asked Clash Royale and they confirmed it by saying that he is a cheeky little fella. Number 9. Speaking of monk, did you know that he actually wasn't an original character that Clash Royale made? The monk was taken from Clash Mini, which was a beta game set in the Clash universe. In that game, his ability has nothing to do with reflecting projectiles or tanking damage, but instead it was a one-hit KO ability. Just imagine if the Clash Royale monk had that ability. Number 10. The Red King actually has a sound in animations.
Welcome to Clan Wars!
The voice actor for him is Mike Pollock, which is the same voice actor for Dr. Eggman from Sonic. Just listen for yourself.
I'm sorry, what? I don't speak Gollum. Does anyone hear? No. The claws! Yes, claws! Very painful claws!
And if that wasn't enough for you, here's a confirmation from his Twitter account. Number 11. Speaking of the Red King, did you know that him and the Blue King are brothers? In an advertisement, it shows the Red King telling the Blue one that their father is dead. Later on, the dad comes and states that he is now a ghost and his sons have to fight to decide who is king. About a year after, they confirmed it in a lore drop short on the official channel. Number 12. Back in 2018, when Brawl Stars launched globally, the game got a challenge to celebrate that. This challenge featured Shelly as a skin for the Hunter and Bo as a skin for the Magic Archer. It also had Heist as a game mode, which we still see to this day come every now and then. And in Electro Valley, which was a new arena at the time, there is a small Brawl Stars logo in the corner that is still here to this day. Number 13. Back in 2016, Expo used to target air troops. This is a reference from Clash of Clans, as the Expo originated from there, and it has a button that switches from ground only to air and ground targeting mode. The Inferno Tower also had two different modes, one of them being a multi-target mode. Could this become the evolved Inferno Tower? Number 14. Speaking of 2016, back then battling used to cost gold. It would even increase in price the higher your arena is. This was mainly taken from Clash of Clans, as searching for a village has a price tag on it. Number 15. Given we have nearly 600 banners, I doubt anyone read all the descriptions, so like the idiot I am, I did. And here's my favorite references. The monk banner says the best part of the monk is when he said it's monkin' time and monked all over those guys. This is a reference to the It's Morbin Time meme from the hit movie Morbius that made $1 billion. The giant skeleton banner has something about Attack on Titans, but I don't watch anime, so I don't know what it means. Mirror image says, mirror, mirror in my hand, who's the strongest barbarian in the land. This is a reference to the popular Snow White.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Night banner says, good stats for the cost. The famous Reddit meme. Honorable mention to Harcher cause I thought the name was clever. Crown Fishing says, it ain't much but it's honest work, which is this meme. Jim Galore says, there is a rich duck somewhere who would love to dive in these. It's a reference to Scrooge McDuck. I don't know if you all remember DuckTales, but he is basically filthy rich. This banner is called Springfields, and it says not to be confused with the one bordering Ohio, Nevada, Maine and Kentucky. Springfields is the name of the city that The Simpsons show takes place in. When asked about its location, the writer said it borders Ohio, Nevada, Maine and Kentucky. The creator's banner has a reference to Jurassic Park. This one says, thank you Gobbo, but our queen is in another castle. This is a reference to the classic line used in the original Mario Brothers game. Another Mario reference is the one talking about the urge to walk from left to right and stomp on people's head. The Goblin Drill banner talks about everyone knowing not to dig downwards. That's a classic Minecraft tip because digging downwards can make you fall suddenly or drop in lava. Number 16. The most liked tweet in Clash Royale account is Heheheha. They straight up posted feet, and it didn't even come close to that. And in the replies, we got a ton of famous accounts freaking out over this. OJ posting his own feed, Clash of Clans admitting to bookmarking this, or ProHD X flabbergasted at the fact that this was posted for free. I just can't believe it wasn't even that close. Number 17. Most of you, I bet, paid no attention to the Queen ability icon, but I don't blame you for that. However, this ability icon was stolen from Clash Mini, just like the monk was. It used to be a profile avatar and had a bit of a different look before they added hair and glasses on it. It's funny because this resulted in some people being more excited about the inclusion of this icon than the entire Goblin Queen's Road update. Number 18. There was once a Hog Rider secret minigame on a website 6 years ago. It's basically an endless runner with a twist where the hog can double jump, but once you fall, the rider continues on as normal without the double jump. It's just a silly game, and if you're wondering, this footage is just me playing it, as the website is still up. I'll put the link in a pinned comment if you want to play it for yourself. Number 19. I'm sure you're familiar with Gold Rush, as it comes twice a month or something. However, you probably don't know that Gem Rush used to be a thing. It was done only once, giving 250 gems, then was confirmed that they have zero plans on doing that event again. The reason is because they want to give gems in ways that are easier to not miss out on, like crown chests for example. Number 20. In 2016, creators received a joke build for April Fool's Day. This build had giant tombstone that would spawn giant skeletons. Mortar was shooting goblin barrels, which honestly borderline that's just Evo Mortar right now. And X-Bow would hit your own troops and towers. April Fool jokes still are being done to this day, but they become more tame and arguably less funny. Number 21. There was a glitch not so long ago that would allow you to play air troops on top of the crown towers, and I did abuse it once just to record it for the memes. It might sound OP, but it was easy to stop, maybe because I thought Inferno Dragon was better than Balloon for some reason. It was also easy to predict when it would be played because you had to mirror the troop, so the moment he sees my Inferno Dragon, he would get ready to defend it. It did work out for me in the end though. Number 22. You all know Jimmy Fallon? I honestly just know his name, that he's famous, but he used to play Clash Royale and even made a video on it showcasing some goofy art 2v2 deck. I wonder if any other famous people play Clash Royale and I missed them, because I do remember Jimmy's video from back in the day as people were talking about it back then. Number 23. The word P.E.K.K.A. is a random Finnish word that I'm not sure what it means. I think it has no meaning. However, Supercell did hold a contest on Facebook to decide what this word stands for. The winner was Perfectly Enraged Night Killer of Assassins. Number 24. As of the recent update, having a deck like this in your profile is now possible. Step 1. Make the wacky deck you want to display on the Trophy Road game mode. Step 2. Switch to Path of Legends or Goblin Queen Road. Step 3. Play or win a game. Honestly, I'm not sure if it counts if you end up losing, since I did win the match, but I imagine losing should also change your displayed deck. Step 4. Profit. Number 25. Another thing in this recent update is that they removed the stats from the cards when you hold them mid-game. However, it wasn't 100% removed, as you can still see it on some cards and have it not be there on some others. The cards that kept the stats are spells, and they only kept Crown Tower damage stat as it's the only relevant one, and come to think of it, their reasoning is fair, because what would I gain from knowing how much damage my wizard does per hit? Number 26. There was once a glitch where Ice Golem would absorb the rocket and protect everything around it. I don't know what's the logic behind this glitch, to be honest, and I don't remember playing it or playing against it, because I believe it was patched really quickly. Number 27. Just like banners, there are hundreds of emotes, and a lot of them are references to stuff. Burning Goblin is a reference to This Is Fine meme. Inferno Tower Eye is a reference to Sauron from the Lord of the Rings. Actually, the whole Inferno Tower design is inspired by him. Big emote is a call to a clip from some movie that I didn't watch but know from the memes. This dancing skeleton is also a very popular meme, and we have more Mario references, yet no Sonic ones. And this one I'm sure has to do with some music band that Drew likes. Oh hey, that's a reference to my iPad disconnecting internet every 20 minutes. And that's the Grinch, which I don't know much about besides that it's a thing. This is the famous "You Shall Not Pass" from the Lord of the Rings. And that is the thinking meme guy, which everyone must have seen at least once in their life. We've got Bowler that's doing the thing Fry does in Futurama, and this one is the Homer Simpson's going into bush meme. This skeleton is a reference to this guy, which I actually almost missed. Number 28. Speaking of emotes, did you know that when there were only 4 king emotes, they had many different sounds?
Ah! Hooray! No!
Nowadays, the old sounds are getting reused in newer king emotes like these. Number 29. Do you have this Easter egg badge? The name is 3 question marks and the description says it's a secret. I'm gonna spoil how it's obtained, and it's by watching the credits. I honestly wish they do more Easter eggs and have the badge get upgraded the more you find. Reminds me of the golden eggs from the original Angry Birds game. Those used to be so much fun to look for. Number 30. You see those card renders above the cards themselves? While nearly every card has one, some cards don't have any. The log has actually 2 renders. Don't believe me? Check the card details next Christmas and you will see for yourself. Number 31. You ever play 2v2 and get the message your teammate left the match? Yeah, me too. But did you know this used to appear when the opponent leaves the match, they ended up removing it because it gives a heads up to you in which you would spam everything at the bridge and win as soon as you can. Number 32. The game used to have a ton more chests than the ones we have. Super Magical Chest was the old Mega Lightning chest, which was the same thing but without the strikes. We used to have a draft chest that gets bigger based on how many trophies you had on season reset, and it was actually very beefy. Tournaments used to have a ton of different sized chests that really felt like you were hacking the game due to how massive they were. And clan chests used to get filled up by the total crowns your clan collects. And it was a decent shot at getting a legendary back then when it was difficult to get them, while also being a fun event. I don't know why they replaced it with whatever this trash Clan Wars thing was. Number 33. Speaking of wars which nobody plays, I think the majority of people know that boat battle PvE thing exists, but if you don't, you're welcome. However, did you know that out of all game modes, Clan Wars is the only mode that would do a coin flip as a tiebreaker if the damage was identical? There are no ties in Clan Wars, it's a fight to the death. Number 34. Deleting cards from the game might sound like an impossible scenario, but it actually happened before. If you go to Heal Spirit's description, it says Rest in Peace Heal 2017 to 2020. But the heal spell is still actually available and can be seen in challenges and actually here in the shop, which I bet you never paid attention to its existence, but now you can never unsee it. Number 35. Legendaries back then had an extra level that required 50 copies of them. The reason this was removed was because it was above the max level cap. If I want to put it in today's terms, it's if like legendaries were upgradable to level 16 while every other card was capped at level 15. It was removed because it wasn't even pay to win, it was just straight up unfair discrimination. Number 36. We all know troops say stuff when deployed. Some of them are easy to hear, like Wizard saying magic.
Magic!
And some of them are harder to hear, like Mini P.E.K.K.A saying pancakes or P.E.K.K.A saying butterflies. But did you know that the log actually talks? Listen carefully. Number 37. So the trophy road is sure interesting, isn't it? Every step there is a reward and a small thing on the other side, like a witch's staff or a goblin hut. The item and the reward switches places every step, going from left right to right left. I think you get the point. This is pretty much consistent on all of the trophy road and even on the goblin road, except on this one step in P.E.K.K.A's playhouse. The second side seems to be empty, and if you look closely below the reward bubble, you will see that it is covering the trophies. It's just my OCD. If you guess why I picked up the number 37 for the amount of secrets, I will pin your comment, my dude.